Currently, the state's constitutional carry law requires people to disclose their gun information to police, but there are no consequences if they don't say anything.
Hey folks, Dale Jackson here for Yellowhammer Now. Today I want to discuss the idea, a completely reasonable idea, that if you do not disclose your handgun to a police officer, you could face a misdemeanor charge. Now, it's already in the latest constitutional carry bill, but there is no penalty for this, and law enforcement has raised this issue, and it might get addressed in the legislature. I actually like this idea.
Welcome back to Morning Joe. It's a few minutes before the top of the hour. Time now for a look at the morning papers. The Montgomery Advertiser leads with the Alabama Sheriff's Association supporting a bill to penalize people who don't tell law enforcement if they're carrying a gun. The bill would make concealing a firearm from police a misdemeanor. Currently, the state's constitutional carry law requires people to disclose their gun information to police, but there are no consequences if they don't say anything.
So why is this a big deal? Well, to me, it's a pretty big deal because law enforcement has opposed this bill for a large number of reasons. Reason number one is funding. That's very clear. Reason number two that they have opposed this thing is a safety issue, and there's two sides to this. The issues are both the inability to charge people with sweeteners. I mean, essentially, you stop someone doing something, and they have a concealed carry on them, and this law doesn't exist. Well, then you have a conversation about adding that charge to their crimes that they've already committed. And then there's this part of it. It's a safety issue, a real safety issue. If you do get stopped, you should always tell law enforcement, hey, I have a handgun here, there, whatever. That's just a responsible thing to do, but not everyone does it. Concealing that from the police officer during a stop, that's a bad idea, and it's unsafe for the officer. So I think going down this route is actually a reasonable restriction that we can put in place. It doesn't say you can't carry. It doesn't say you have to do anything. It just says if you're stopped and you're asked, then you need to let them know that you do have a firearm. I see absolutely no problem with this, and any reasonable person could agree with this. I haven't seen anybody argue against this. It's already sort of in the law, but there are no penalties, so this would add penalties. That, to me, seems completely fine. Let's go ahead and get that done. All these people like on MSNBC and Morning Joe who would complain about this, they're going to complain anyway. Forget about them. They don't matter. Officer safety is important, and this is one that could make officer safety a priority, and for people who don't really care about that, they would have to deal with a penalty. I'm on board with this. Make it happen. Get this law passed, and let's get this off the table.